Maayong buntag sa atong mga televiewers na silang sa tagsang panimalay ug kamo gatan-aw sa atong programang The NCCA Hour. Sa sulod sa usa ka oras, inyong matanawan ang usa ka storya nga mo'y magdungag kaninyong kahibalo may tungod sa atong sining ug kultura nga naguluhag Days of the Crimson Sun, the retelling of the Battle of Manila. Kining programa hatod kaninyo sa Pambansang Komisyon sa Sining ug Kultura nga gipanguluhan ni Professor Felipe De Leon nga mo'y chairman ug ginang Emilita V. Almusara nga mo'y executive director. Uban sa pakigtambayayong sa Federation of International Cable TV Association of the Philippines nga gipanguluhan ni ginang Estrelita J. Tamano. Kining programa dunay pulo ka tulumanon nga magdayag sa atong adunahang sugilanon, sining ug kultura nga atong idalit matag adlaw sa mga cable TV station sa tibuok nasod. Ako si Ferdinand Villaseñor, ang inyuhang host. Ang Manila isip usa ka kapital sa nasod Pilipinas, mo'y nahimong sentro sa mga negosyo, kultura, sining, edukasyon ug uban pa. Nakasinati kini og daghang kalisod gikan sa mga langyaw nga gimugnaan ug daghang mga storya aron masabtan nato ang mga nahitabo niadtong unang panahon. Ug kung giunsa nato gibarugan ang atong katungod sa atong nasod Pilipinas ug ang kabantugan sa atong mga tagilungsod.
On the third day of February 1945, the sun set in Manila, ominously redder than ever, like an unusually large crimson ball. In the diaries that recorded the event, it was written,
"Red. The sun was red.
The sky dazzled our eyes with the color of a master's brush.
A mass of red. The end of splendid day."
3 years had passed since General Douglas MacArthur's promise to return. By January the 9th, 1945, the general and his troops had landed full scale in Lingayen, making their way to Manila, just 110 miles away. The war with Japan had indeed brought indescribable destruction and oppression, and with it the Filipinos' hatred towards the enemy. But even long before the battles were fought, already suspicions of Japan gripped Filipinos early in the century, although a few favored the conquest by the Japanese. It was also suspected that Japanese selling ice cream cones were in fact officers of the Imperial Army. This play, written in 1906 by Severino Reyes, underscores that fear echoed by the majority when rumors of the Philippines' sale to Japan wildly circulated.
Dito, dito. Siguro dito, eh? Ano mo na, hindi pwede yan. Alam ko na kung saan. Alam ko na, wag ka na kay dito na sila. Hola! Compadre! Compadre, hola! Hola! Hola, compadre!
Ang mga bata, ano, kumadre?
Nandito sila, nandito. Ponying, Conchita. Nandito na si compadre Caliciano.
Ponying, ang biyanan mo.
Huwag kang bastos.
Magandang araw po, Don Feliciano.
Hola, joven. Ano ba, Punying? Conchita.
Compadre, bakit nakasuot ka na ng suot ng Hapones? Padre.
Oo, pagkat ako'y Hapones. Todos Hapones. Oo, Hapones. Legítimo, e verdadero, di Yokohama.
Chico, sira na ang biyanan mo. Sa konfis ng kaibigan.
Conchita, huwag kang maingay, por Diyos.
Mas mabuti ang masira ang ulo niya. Pagdakay, magpamana ka!
Na ito. Pakinggan ninyong babasahin ko. Ito ay telegrama buhat sa San Francisco.
Buhat sa San Francisco?
Si.
Sa konvento ba galing sa loob ng Maynila?
Huwag ka nang magsalita, Sansa.
Con insistencia circula el rumor que el Japón está haciendo negociaciones para comprar las islas Pilipinas.
Siyuro.
Sa makatuwid, mapapasapon tayo. Kaya laging tuwa ko.
Hindi ako makakapaniwala sa balita na yan ay isang malaking kabulaanan. Ka na.
Ipagbibili po tayo ng parang lilitsunin? No puede ser. Yo protesto con todo de energía mi alma.
Ari rin ba tatang may pagbili isang bayan tulad ng isang kalakal?
Kaya nga hindi ako makapaniwala sa balitang yan, anak ko.
Kaawa-awang bayan ni Rizal. Ang pinagugugulan ng kanyang buhay. Ipagpapalit sa apa.
The staging of the play came just 7 years after the Philippines was sold by Spain to the United States for only $20 million. To be sold again, and this time to a nation known for martyring and persecuting Christians in earlier centuries, was not the most pleasing of prospects to the only Christian nation in Asia, the Philippines. 333 years of Christianization and 4 decades of Americanization had already shaped Filipino attitudes. To them, other Oriental cultures and ideas became exotic. At the turn of the century, Japan to the Filipino represented a culture too alien for comfort. To be conquered by them was a source of foreboding. And with Japan's active military campaign in Northeast Asia, there were stories of Nanking and Manchuria. The images were reason enough to fear Japan. By February 3, 1945, the foreboding turned prophetic. When the sun set, crimson as ever on the eve of liberation, some citizens of Manila read it as a premonition of the destruction that would come upon their city and themselves. With the fires of destruction raging and the streets red from bloodshed, the sun would reflect the agony of a city, and for 29 days would set as days of the crimson sun. Since the Japanese Imperial Army marched into Manila on January the 2nd, 1942, the population lived in constant fear of the uncertain. The Japanese soldiers, it was observed, were given to capricious and oftentimes arrogant behavior. The slightest infraction could result in punishment and even death. The anticipated horror was at hand.
As I passed the Rizal Stadium, almost corner of La Garisa, I was stopped by some Japanese soldiers with bayonets, and they led me with other people that were walking, others in bicycle, and they led us to a place where 3 Filipinos were being tortured.
I was burned, my face, my arms, my knee, my legs. And then I got shrapnel later on. I didn't get it there yet.
Everybody fell, and they started with their bayonets, with their poles. There was a lot of wailing and crying, shrieking, shouting.
We were told to leave because they were going to blast the buildings. And all throughout we could hear tanks, machine guns, we could see fires. It was very, very frightening and very eerie.
This was a different...